everyone. If you want to watch this video with nature, background, or visuals, please make sure to check out the link that will be on the top of the screen. Otherwise, you can continue to watch this video. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Mystery Theory. Today's case was something that was very requested recently, and it's also a very recent case. Everything happened back in August of 2018, so it's just a few months old, and all the information that I'm about to share with you comes from the media and what it's shared, of course, what the police chose to share with the media. This is also an active, I don't know, want to say investigation, but the person responsible or alleged responsible of what happened in this case, it has a court appearing on November 18th. So there, more than likely there will be some kind of update and more details about this case later on. But as of right now, what I'm going to share with you is what is public knowledge, but I'm going to try to put it in a timeline and share with you different things that are being said here and there, and kind of avoid some of the rumors that are surrounding this case. So if you have no idea, well, you probably already read the title, but today we're going to talk about the Watts family, Shannan and Chris, and also their kids. They had a couple of daughters that were very sweet, 3 and 4 years old, and they were expecting a baby boy. And it's a horrible case, so if you get triggered, or if this kind of family tragedies, especially recent ones, are not what you want to hear in an ASMR video, I totally get it, and maybe this is not going to be the video for you. However, I also want to say that this video is to spread awareness in things that are going on nowadays, instead of going back into what happened, in the 80s or 90s. And I think it's very important because we can always learn something from this kind of case, even though we shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to see this kind of things to learn something, but it's done. We have no control over it. So if there is something that we can get out of this and improve in the future, I think that's what anybody would want. And I want to say that this is done with the most respect, not only for the people involved in this, but their families. I can't even imagine what they're going through right now, and I don't want to. I really don't want to put myself in their shoes, not even for 1 minute, because this is a real tragedy. So if you are part of this family and you stumble upon this video, just so you know, this is coming from a place of respect and spreading awareness. And again, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. So here we go with this case. Shannan and Chris Watts were married and living in North Carolina. They moved to Colorado in 2012, more specifically to just outside of Frederick, which is a small town north of Denver, Colorado, just so you have smile, but at the same time, when you remember that they're not here anymore, I don't know, it overwhelms me with a sadness that I can't really explain. Now, just so I can give you a little bit of background, Shannan was a representative for a company called Thrive. They just do supplements and healthy kind of supplements, and she was doing very, very well. She was very involved in her business and was very social and popular in the business itself and overall in her community. Chris was in the oil, gas industry working for the company Andarko Petroleum Corporation. When you look at the social media, especially Shannan's social media, you can picture this family as the picture perfect family. It was, I don't know, it was almost like they were trying, or at least Shannan was trying to portray the idea of the perfect American happy family. The husband, the wife, the two kids, she was pregnant. And I'm not saying that she was putting a facade or something, but I'm just saying that if this is how she really felt, I don't know what happened. What could have happened that ended up in a tragedy? But it is public knowledge. I mean, if you were friends with her, that she kept her social media updated, and not only that, but you could see everyone thought that this was the perfect family. On Monday, August 13th, 2018, everything changed though, and it kind of started to not make sense. Shannan was away for a business trip. If I'm not mistaken, she was in Arizona, and she came home back from the airport at 1:45 a.m. She was dropped off by a friend in her house, and we do know that she made it there not only because of the friend, but because she was caught on camera. Apparently the neighbor had some kind of surveillance camera, so she was caught in that, arriving at her house and entering her house at that time. According to Chris, he woke up at around 4 a.m. to get ready to go to work. He then was caught in a surveillance camera by neighbor's surveillance camera, backing up his truck into the garage. Later on, he explained that he needed to put some tools in the back of his truck, and that is why he backed it up. But that was kind of interesting. Shannan was talking to her friend, and the co-worker or whoever that came with her in the car that night was mentioning that she had a very important doctor's appointment the next day at 10 a.m. And I guess I'm telling you this because I want to let you know that she did have a doctor's appointment that she missed the next morning. But not only that, this was something that everyone knew about, or most people that surrounded her knew about this. I don't know if she was going to do something in specific, or if it was a regular check for her pregnancy. I'm not sure, but she missed that appointment, and that was very unusual. She would go to every single appointment, and she was planning to go even the night before when she was dropped off at her house. It was part of a plan just to go to this appointment. So when she didn't make it, things started to be a little bit more suspicious for the friends and for the close people to her. Now, the friend that dropped her off that night, or at 1:45 a.m. that day, she started calling Shannan and texting her. Again, I don't have many details if they were supposed to meet to go to this doctor's appointment, if they were just going to meet afterwards and going for lunch, if they had some kind of a business appointment. I don't know what kids to a play date or something, and she forgot her phone or something like that while he was trying to explain to the friend how, everything was fine. So the friend still didn't buy it. I mean, she was very, very worried. So she decided to call the police in so they could perform a wellness check, because she did go to the house and the kids were not there and Shannan was not there. So that's when she decided, I need to call the police. They need to check on it. Now, I find it very interesting, and this is kind of a side note, that she didn't, like, the friend didn't go and ask for a key, maybe a garage code to the husband. So it could be, because some people wonder that kind of thing, and it's brought up in different forums. But it could be that the husband was working and not picking up. It could be that, she just had no way to get in the house, or maybe she did get in the house, she checked and nobody was there. We don't know the details, okay? So I just want to make that clear, that we know kind of the surface of what happened, above the surface, but we don't really know all the details on how the friend realized that something was up so quickly. So at 1:40 p.m. the police arrived, checked inside the house, and again, weird, because I don't know if I read something that the husband gave permission to the police to enter, so I don't know if they had an extra key. Again, not in the details, but just so you know, I wonder those kind of things. How, I mean, okay, I put myself in that situation. If I was missing, I don't think my husband would stay at work. If somebody was really worried that something was happening to me, I don't think that he could continue to work and say, it's fine. I think he would call constantly until I picked up the dumb phone. He would try to find a way to, come home, check on me, call the kids, go to the high school, do something. It's kind of, this whole thing goes to show you that is one of the cringiest videos, interviews, words that I've ever heard coming from the mouth of a guy who is missing his wife and two daughters, in 3 and 4-year-old daughters. You have to watch it for yourself, because I don't want to tell you what to think about that interview, because again, everything it's alleged, this is not, does, the interview doesn't prove anything. But in that interview, he didn't look sad, and not only that, he didn't look worried, and he was acting very, very weird, almost like he was hiding something, and smiling when I can't describe it. I can't describe this interview. You just have to watch it for yourself, and I'll try to find the video and link it down below if you're interested. That same night, Chris got arrested at 11:30 p.m. The next morning, he admitted to have killed his wife and kids. And he said that he would confess everything as soon as he talked to his father. So they brought his father in, and then he started talking about how he killed his wife and what happened to the daughters. Now, I can't tell you what he said in those interviews, and in that confession, I can't really tell you what he said, but I can tell you that later on he changed his story. So he probably admitted to have killed the girls, and then he changed his story, and he said that he killed Shannan, and he did it because he saw her that was trying to, well, he saw that she was strangling one of his daughters. He saw all this through a baby monitor video camera. So he got so mad at Shannan that he decided to go and strangle Shannan himself. Could it be that that's what happened? Yes, it could. But again, he changing his story. It's kind of interesting, for lack of a better word. So actually, what he was loading in his truck that morning, remember that he was caught in the neighbor's surveillance camera that he was putting something into the back of his truck. Well, we later on found out that he was loading the bodies of his daughters and his wife. That same day, he had a court appearing, and he was, of course, denied bail. And later on, he confessed, or told the police, where the bodies were hiding. At this point, the police kind of had an idea. They were doing some kind of a drone search, which, going through some areas, and the police found a matching, I don't know if this was a pillowcase or if this was a sheet or something, but they found that same pattern in Chris's work, maybe the outside area of his work, and it matched the same sheets pattern that they had at the house. So even though he did confess, even though he told them where the bodies were, the police were onto him. They kind of knew already that something was up, and that more than likely the bodies of the girls were going to be at his place of work, at this corporation that, by the way, the minute that he got arrested, they fired him. And I mean, it only makes sense, right? But that's just so you know. The police went and checked where he said that he placed the bodies, and Shannan was her body was in a very shallow grave, and the girls were inside some girls and Shannan disappeared, they had the autopsies scheduled, and they did perform the autopsies, but we don't have anything specific in as far as the cause of death or other details. And I'm sure that the police, they're saving those details for the trial. This guy, he hasn't been sentenced yet, and this is a process. Everyone is entitled and has the right to have a fair trial. So I get why the police is not sharing this information, because by keeping that information to them, it's kind of helpful to incriminate him when he knows something that not everyone knows about, and to come up with a stronger case. They had a vigil for the girls in Shannan that night also, and there are a lot of news clips, where there are parents going and to the vigil with their little kids that were friends with the girls that they had play dates with. You can see how everyone is not only devastated, I mean, the little kids were kind of being counseled because they needed to deal with it. So they could understand that the girls were not going to be there anymore, and that, as sad as that is, I think it's the right thing to do. Because I feel like when your parents or whoever is in charge of you kind of creates a shield around what's going on around you, I think at the end it doesn't help you deal with those things later on in life. I'm speaking for myself in that kind of thing. So I thought that it was very helpful for the kids to go to the vigil, to understand that the girls were gone, that they were in a better place, and that it was important for them to heal. On Monday, August the 20th, so just a week after everything started, this nightmare started, the DA's office announced that he has been charged with now 9 counts, and one of those counts was an unlawful termination, or it was added, I'm not sure, but it was unlawful termination of a pregnancy in the first degree. There is a lot of a debate on why he's not being charged for the murder of Nico, their baby that was in the womb. He was alive, he was a human being. They call him fetus, it makes sense. I understand that that's a legal term for this, but in those charges, his death is not being charged to this man who gave him life and then decided to take it away from him. It just breaks my heart. And I understand this is a Colorado kind of law, state law. And apparently the state charges a person like, if, and I'm gonna say it like, cases where the parents or somebody decides to kill a pregnant woman, I believe, my opinion is that he should be charged for the murder of Nico. He wasn't a fetus in my eyes. He was a human being. He deserved to live. He deserved to have a good life. Now this guy not only decided to kill his two daughters and the wife, allegedly, because again, he's not yet, I mean, he hasn't had his trial, his fair trial yet, but whoever did this, let's say like that, I don't care who did it, when they're taking the life of a baby that is inside the mom's womb, that's still a baby in my head, in my eyes. That is still a human being. So I am sorry if I can't agree with this. And I'm all ears, and I would listen to what you believe. And if you disagree with me, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree, because this case is a tragedy. But, and even though I'm sure that if the guy gets convicted, he's going to spend the rest of his life in jail, if not get the death penalty. So I'm not saying that charging him for Nico, it's going to be a huge difference in his fate if he gets convicted. Again, if he does. But it kind of it doesn't bother me. I hate the idea of taking somebody else's life and not be, you know, in society's eyes, you're not responsible for it because he wasn't actually alive and born and breathing oxygen outside his mom's. He's supposed to be protected from the outside world for 9 months. He's supposed to be nurtured and loved, and then this happens and makes you question a lot of things. But what happened? And I'm just gonna go through some things that it's, again, public knowledge is out there if you look for it, and give you some of the things that people say, okay? And that they have proof for. Now, according to the records, the ones filed for bankruptcy on June of 2015 with a total of 449, so almost $500,000 they had in debt. And they only had, at the time, $800 in the bank. Again, I'm just going through records. I'm not judging them. I don't care what you do with your money, how you spend it. That's your thing. I have my own thinking and my own ways. I'm just telling you what it's out there. They said in those papers that their $3,000 mortgage and $600 in car payments was too much money, and they just couldn't make the payments in time and eat and do everything. He apparently got a job again. This was back then at Antarco, and he was making $61,000 a year. And Shannan was working in a call center, taking overtime and weekends for $18 an hour. You know, then there was the Thrive business and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm giving you a little bit of background. And at one point they had a combined income of $90,000 a year, but they owed so much money in credit cards, student loans, medical bills, and everyday bills like mortgage and, you know, utilities and stuff like that, that it was never enough. So they were possibility, and it's something that the police is looking into. There is also something that was, I think, what it made Chris confess, that the police found out that he had an affair. And then when the police found out that he had an affair, well, he was having an affair at that time with a co-worker right after he decided to confess. So we don't have theories, because this is not, again, he's in jail for this, but he needs to have a trial and have enough evidence to convict a guy. His lawyers are asking for a swab of the neck of the girls, because they believe that, if they can do the swab, they would know that Shannan actually was the one that killed the girls. But there's a theory out there that said that since they don't know for how long the girls been in the oil tanks, maybe that could have messed up with the DNA of Shannan. The police doesn't know, or haven't revealed, I should say, haven't revealed if the girls been dead longer than Shannan. There is a theory again out there that said that he got rid of the girls before Shannan got there, and when Shannan got there, then he killed her. So it's a possibility that the bodies of the girls were in those oil tanks for longer than Shannan. And I mean, this is a big mess. This is not only sad, but it's a big mess. I am not judging the guy for what he did. I think that he will be judged. He will be tried, and he will be, given the same possibility that everyone does when he's accused of a crime. I'm not here to judge him, but I can't. There is nothing in my mind that tells me why? Money. I mean, money, really? Would that be a motive? Yeah. But I don't get it. How can you put money before your family? A mistress or an affair? How could you get rid of your family to have an affair when you can end your marriage, continue the bankruptcy, and move on with your life? Did he snap? Did he plan this thing? I am waiting for this trial to start. I am ready to see what the final findings are. Because how can a loving father, loving husband, and again, her family had no idea if they had any problems. They had no idea. According to my research, she even visited North Carolina, and right before she was killed, and she talked to the neighbors and friends and everything, and she would never mention, not even to her co-workers or friends, she would never mention any kind of problem with Chris or with her financial situation or any kind of family problem. So what happened? Did they really had that perfect family life, and one day he snapped? Does he have some kind of a mental illness? Or is it that nowadays we're pressured into showing in our social media what we really want for our family, for our lives? We want to encourage people. We want to show them how happy we are, even when we are not that happy. Could that be a possibility? Yes, but I guess we'll never know. Because I don't think Chris is going to start talking about that kind of thing. And I'm sure that as we think she is, according to what's out there. Who's going to open up and say what really was going on behind closed doors? My goodness. I get it. Life is not perfect. I argue with my husband at least once a day about some dumb crap that is not even important. And we have a fight every once in a while in something that we can't just see eye to eye. But that doesn't mean that we don't love each other and that we're not going to work things through. It doesn't matter if it's financial, if it's, something that has to do with the kids. When you have teenagers, you'll find yourself fighting over stuff that it's just, you see things different with your husband or with your wife and the kids and the pressure. And I get it. So I can't, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to put on my social media every time I have an argument with my husband or every time I have a problem with my kids. Of course, I'm not going to do that. So, even though people say the perfect family, yeah, do you share your arguments with your husband? Do you film them with your wife and then post them on Facebook? It's kind of unfair to think that she was lying. I don't think she was lying in her social media. I think she was showing just the good parts, and that's what we all do. So it's kind of silly to think that maybe, she was again lying. Just put yourself for 5 minutes in that situation. You're having problems. Would you share those problems with the world? What is interesting is to know that her family didn't know anything about it. But maybe she was too ashamed. Maybe there is some friends out there, and there are some friends out there that did know, and we don't know about them because they're witnesses in this thing. That's a possibility. That the people that the press talked to, they had no idea. But that doesn't mean that the police didn't find anybody that knew the kind of problems that they were going through. So yeah, maybe on social media it looked like the perfect family. But don't we all want that? Don't we all want a happy family? Don't we all share the good things in our social media? So I hope that this video kind of not only spreads awareness about something that's still going on now today, but it's also trying to put yourself in her situation and try not to judge anybody. Not Shannan, not Chris, not anybody. Not yet. For those people that like to, say, oh, he was this or he was that. He hasn't been convicted yet. And there is a lot more that we need to know. We need to know as society, and the family needs to know more than anybody else, to know what really happened and how it really happened. I hope that you understand that even if you're going through the worst money problems, there is always a way out. I don't know if I mentioned this in another video, but I have a friend that committed suicide because of money. I understand that when that happens in somebody's mind, it's kind of hard to get them out, but thankfully, money, it's always fixable. There's always a way out. You may not like how to get out. You may ruin your credit. You may ruin a lot of the things that you wanted to do with your life because of that. But there's always a way out. So if you're struggling with money, it's okay. It will be okay. Money is a thing, and things you can get. But when it comes to health, when it comes to a sickness, that is the things that you cannot control. And I'm not saying you should give up. I'm just just saying that there are big differences between a thing that you can change and control and some things that you cannot control. So I'm sorry if money was tight, and I understand, but that's not an excuse. And even though that's a theory that it's out there and it's more popular right now, if that was the excuse, I just can't buy it. I just can't buy it. I can't look at those little girls' faces and think, oh, they're better. Yeah, I know they're in a better place. But why? Why cut their life short when they could have been something beautiful, when they could have been happy girls? And Shannan, I mean, it just breaks my heart. Please leave a comment down below and let me know if there's anything I missed and you want to add. And also try to keep it respectful, and you can always say something without being rude or mean or incriminating somebody. I think out of respect for the girls, for the 3 girls, and for Nico, I think we should try to share what we think. You're entitled, but in a very loving and respectful way. This was a hard case. Shannan and the girls, and Nico and the lion, and what happened in over a week, it really opened my eyes to see how things can change. The week before, they were having breakfast, and probably, the girls were having cereal in the kitchen table, and then the next week, they were inside an oil tank. I hope that they can get the justice that they deserve. My thoughts and prayers are with the family. And again, I don't want to put myself in their shoes, not even for a second. But I hope that this doesn't have to happen ever again. I hope that this is the last time that I have to talk about a recent case, a recent sad case, like the decision to take 4 people's life, 4 people life. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back on Monday with a new case. And if you are a part of the Patreon family, there will be a new video this weekend, exclusive for the tier, with the monthly videos. I'll see you soon, guys.